Okay, so what's happened here is probably 4 weeks ago, I opened up what was a pretty vibrant hive in the spring, and I found that it wasn't so vibrant after all. It had probably swarmed. There was no sign of a queen. There were just a few bits of capped brood left over. Unfortunately, I had to wait about 3 weeks to get a new queen, which I obtained last Thursday. I put it in, and 4 or 5 days later, I released a queen. That was just 2 days ago, but I'm finding that the numbers are dwindling pretty good, and we're going to have a look at that in just a second. And I'm introduced via a friend of mine. I'm putting 4 cells of capped brood in with a good population of adult bees. So we're going to have a look at this right now, maybe do a quick inspection to see if the new queen has even started to lay yet. It's only been 2 days since she was released. As you can see, there's still reasonable numbers in there. No sign of the queen there. So we'll just have a quick look. Just give them a bit of smoke. They're not too excited right now. I don't think I'd normally go in this early after a queen's been introduced, but I'm going to introduce some new adults into the colony and do the newspaper method of combining them, because I don't think in the next 3 weeks we're going to have a lot of adult bees left in this hive. So they've really got these ones stuck together. So we're gonna look right now for any sign of any laying. So I see really no signs of any egg laying on that or that. No sign of the queen. So I'm just going to set that down there. I think we've got some decent honey stores over here. And have a quick look at that. Wow, there is some nectar here and some pollen. So the foragers have been active. It's a nice warm day. There's some good pollen on that little guy. And some pollen. Really not much in the way of stores there. As I said, this is a pretty weak colony right now. Yeah, they're a little agitated. More pollen. Bees are in there packing the pollen away. No sign of the queen here.
There she is, right in the middle, heading towards you.
Yep, and she has been laying well. I'm seeing lots of eggs. We found the queen. Where'd she go? Right there. We can see that. She's marked in a little bit of blue. And She's been active on that cell, so that now we know where she is. I'm going to set that back in really gently here. Lots of pollen. No real strong signs of any laying yet, though. It's only been 2 days. Heads up, guys. Coming in. That's a new drawn out frame that I put in the other day. And lots of honey in that one. They got lots of food. Oh yeah, lots in there. I'm not going to really do a whole lot more at the moment. We've got our queen in there. We'll gently move everything back into position. Whoops. That's why you normally put that on the inner cover, so you don't do what I just did. Now I've got one crawling up my leg. So, what I'm going to do I'm going to use the newspaper method to merge these two colonies. So I've already cut a number of slits in this.
So you don't put that box on anymore, or you do?
Okay, I want to get that bee out of my leg. Now, I have some nice mature capped brood here. Which I'm going to release. That tuck tape is something else. There we go. So I've already prepared. We've got a number of frames here of drawn comb, which we're going to place on top of here. We want to separate these two just for a few days until they get used to each other. Maybe reduce the fighting. These guys seem pretty calm actually, so. Now these came out of a couple different hives. And you can see there's some pretty good capped brood. There's no queen in this. So all this is being done to bolster the community in the lower box so it can survive until the queen can produce some good brood. So we've got a frame here. It's mixed. There's some honey stores up at the top. Oops, there you go, foundationless frames. That's scary. I'm not used to those. Don't turn them sideways. And this one too. Again, this is really just honey stores. So, these guys are going to be pretty much stuck up top for just a few days. They'll take care of themselves, I'm told. Let's even out these frames. So there is no queen in the top. They are just separated by this newspaper. We've got a lot of adults here. We're going to shake them out. Obviously, they're not all going to go in the top box. Some are going to escape out into the general population outside. I'm going to shake these off. These are bees from the and there'll be a little mixing here. And we'll put our top box back on. And we should think about blocking up that top hole, which I will do. So we're going to come back here in 2 or 3 days and see if they've merged the colonies through the newspaper or whether they are still blocked by it. There we go. We finally got him out. All right, we'll see you in 3 days, 2-3 days.